Maryland men's soccer may have just played in the game of the year. Volleyball wins its first conference match of the year, and field hockey continues to pick up ranked wins. Plus, we'll take a sneak peek at some Maryland basketball. All of that and more coming up on the left bench.
But when we went down, we were challenged, and our guys responded like champions.
We talked about having good lines and clearing the tape very close, and everyone was down today.
Welcome back to the Left Bench, brought to you by Terps and Sports Central. I'm Drew Owens, alongside Eddy Calkins and Eddy. With Maryland football being on a bye this week, we have got to start the show off with the team that's been the talk of the town, Maryland men's soccer.
Yeah, that's right, Drew. Last year, not really the Terps year, but this season, the complete opposite. After not winning a conference game last year, Maryland is in the middle of a fight for first place in the Big Ten. Saturday night's matchup with Michigan State was an opportunity for the Terps to claim sole possession, and they did just that. Let's start in the 59th minute, where the Spartans execute their corner kick to perfection. Will Eby's header gives Sparty the 1-0 lead. Maryland stays strong on the attack and feeds Colin Griffith, who chips the ball over Michigan State goalie Zach Kelly to even the match at 1. Griffith has another chance minutes later, but is denied by the post. 83rd minute now, and it's the moment the Terps have been waiting for all season. On a cross from Max Rogers, junior forward Saddam Mazareke takes the shot and hits the crossbar, bounces it straight down and then into the net. His first goal in a Maryland uniform. Maryland holds on to the final 8 minutes, taking down Michigan State 2-1. Here's head coach Saso Shirovsky on the team's second half surge.
We had some really good moments in the first half. We did give away a couple of sloppy balls, and thankfully we didn't get punished. But when we went down, we were challenged, and our guys responded like champions. And that bodes well for the type of team that we're becoming, the identity that we're starting to form. So very, very happy with the win. I thought overall our guys played well and earned the 3 points.
Just an absolutely electric win for the Terps on Saturday. We are now lucky to be joined by TSC men's soccer beat writer Daniel Sarver. Daniel, thank you for joining us.
Great to be with you guys.
Thank you. Okay, now Daniel, after being scoreless in the first half, being down 1-0 in the second, Maryland was able to make the comeback against Michigan State and win 2-1. What flipped in the second half for the Terps?
You know, I think what really changed for the Terps was they really started to press high. They really got numbers up the pitch, and they started to press together as a team. When I talked to Coach Sarofsky at the beginning of the season, he said that he wanted a high press to be one of the hallmarks of his team, and we really saw that against Michigan State.
Yeah, and one of the big pieces that's led Maryland to this success, and also on Saturday, is Colin Griffith, his 5th goal in the last 6 matches. What has led to his success?
You know, a big part of that has been that he's been injury-free this year. You know, he only played 9 games last season because of some nagging injuries, but this season he's been on the pitch and been able to reach his potential. When I talked to him earlier this year, he told me that a big difference this year was that he was creating more quality shots. And he said that he was also trying to just strike the ball with more quality, which you've really seen so far.
Now, Maryland has scored in all of its 5 Big Ten matches so far this season. They've netted 9 goals and have yet to lose in conference play yet. What has been the difference maker between this year's team and last year's team?
You know, I think there's really been 2 big differences. I think the first is that last season they really struggled from the penalty spot. They were 0 for 4, and they couldn't find a consistent penalty kick taker. But this year, Leon Kuehl has really stepped into that spot, and so far, he's 4 for 4. Another big difference has been the addition of Yale transfer Max Rogers. He's been taking all of the set pieces, and he's been delivering great balls from corners and from free kicks that have really been a challenge for opposing defenses and mean that Maryland can score from any set piece.
Yeah, so enough about last year because they didn't really have the result they wanted. They didn't make really the postseason that much. How far can they go this year? Because they have shown so much potential. How far do you think they can go?
You know, I really think for this team, the sky's the limit. You know, a big part of this team is their veteran-led defense, and that really gives them a base that they can rely upon in these very tough games. All of their 4 defenders are either juniors or seniors, and that has really allowed them to just control games and stop opposing teams from just scoring tons of goals on them. And then I think if the attack can continue to create goals the way that they have with guys like Colin and Max just playing up to their potential, they can really go all the way.
Well, Daniel, that is all we have for you today. Thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You can stay up to date with Daniel's coverage on X at @TheDanielSarver and at TerpinSportsCentral.com. Now let's stay with the men's soccer program, but talk about a former player that's got some pretty good news. Last week, former Maryland goalkeeper Zach Steppen was called back up to the U.S. men's national team. Steppen was left off the 2022 World Cup roster and hasn't played for the national team in 2.5 years. But in his first roster move as head coach, Mauricio Pochettino made it a priority to add Steppen back. During his time in College Park, Steppen made 117 saves in goal, with his most being 76 in the 2013 season. Steppen has played for multiple clubs across the pond, but currently is the goalkeeper for the Colorado Rapids of the MLS. Congrats to Zach for getting back on the national stage.
All right, let's stay in the professional leagues real quick, Drew.
Yeah, our Ben Wolf is in Studio B to take a closer look at which NFL Terps have been thriving in the first month of the season. Ben?
Yeah, guys, Maryland has produced a lot of NFL talent over the years who have made a name for themselves. Let's start in Chicago, where DJ Moore tore it up in Week 5. Moore and his rookie QB Caleb Williams have finally found their connection after a shaky first month. Moore had 5 catches for 105 yards with 2 touchdowns against his former team, the Carolina Panthers. Moore has played with quite a few NFL quarterbacks in his career, but if the chemistry between him and Williams continues to grow, they could be a problem for opposing teams for quite some time. Now let's head down to Stefon Diggs' new home in Houston, where he's joined sophomore sensation CJ Stroud and the Texans' high-powered offense. The 10th-year vet has fit right in and made an immediate impact with the Texans. Diggs ranks second on the team in receptions with 31, yards with 315, and touchdowns with 2. The Texans currently sit atop the AFC South and second in the AFC with a 4-1 record. While Diggs struggled in the second half of the season last year with the Bills, the change of scenery has served him well. Our next stop is in the Big Apple, where second-year cornerback Deonte Banks is working to take that next step and be the Giants' lockdown corner. Banks has had a tough task to start the season, having to cover some of the league's best receivers in Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb. At times, Banks has struggled to make plays on the ball, but that couldn't have been further from the case on Sunday in Seattle. Banks finished with 6 total tackles, 3 passes defended, and a forced fumble in the Giants' 29-20 win over the Seahawks. The 2023 first-round pick has been getting better each week and continues to put the rest of the league on notice. The final Terp we'll talk about just arrived to his current team and became a hero for the Arizona Cardinals. Chad Ryland had quite the week. He signed to the Cardinals practice squad last Wednesday, then got called up to the active roster on Saturday and made his name known in Arizona on Sunday by kicking the game-winning field goal to take down the San Francisco 49ers. If Ryland can stay consistent, he may have found himself a new home with the Cardinals. And guys, there is still a lot of season left, but the Terps in the NFL are off to a solid start. And we will see if they continue to excel on their respective teams. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ben. And Eddie, we got to talk about Chad Ryland making the game-winning field goal kick for the Cardinals yesterday, beating a division opponent. Always a good day when a team can do that, making a big play for a big team like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben, I know you like Deonte Banks. You're a Giants fan. That was fantastic. Got the win. He forced a fumble, locked down DK Metcalf, which is no easy task, but he's showing, like Ben said, he's showing to put the rest of the league on notice.
Absolutely. Now keep it right here, because when we come back, we'll take a look at the best moments from the men's and women's basketball media days.
And we'll tell you how Maryland volleyball got its first conference win of the season. Stay with us.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back to the Left Bench, presented by Terps Sports Central. Eddy, Calkins, Drew Owens. Now, Drew, on Sunday, Maryland field hockey was once again in vintage form.
Yeah, Eddie, the Big Ten is always a gauntlet, but the Terps continue to prove why they are amongst the best in the conference and in the country. After capturing their 800 program win Friday, number 5 Maryland field hockey continued its win streak against number 10 Iowa. Let's start in the second quarter where Ella Gayden puts one past the goalie, taking the 1-0 lead. After the Hout, Anima and Clyde Hout waste no time to score. And right after, it's Gayden again as the freshmen put the Terps up by 3 with a quarter to go. Maryland kept the goal party going, adding 2 more in the fourth, leading to the commanding 5-0 victory against the Hawkeyes.
A big conference win for field hockey, but Maryland women's soccer continues to struggle in conference play. On Friday, the Terps battled the Buckeyes, but early goal scoring would prove to be too much for the Terps. Number 7 Ohio State gets off to a quick start. First, Peyton McNamara in the 7th minute. Then, 24 seconds later, Kaylin Dudovich scores. Aside from the 2 early goals, Maryland goalkeeper Liz Beersley keeps this one alive between the pipes, but the Terps' offense is stagnant. Jacinda Boham puts the icing on the cake in the 70th minute, giving the Terps their second straight loss and Ohio State the 3-0 win.
Over to the Pavilion, and like women's soccer, Maryland volleyball was winless in the conference, but the Terps took care of business at home with the sweep over Rutgers. No one is better in the Big Ten than Maryland at serving, and Samantha Schnitta opens up the contest with 2 service aces, giving Maryland an early lead and the first set win. Sydney Bryant takes charge in the second set, leading the Terps to another win. The sophomore recorded 13 kills on the night and continued her strong play in the third. Terps proved to be way too much for the Scarlet Knights, sweeping Rutgers in 3 sets. Here's head coach Adam Hughes with more on the turning point in the final set.
I thought there was a little bit of a moment in the third set where there was, I wouldn't call it angst, but there was almost this, we need to. And what got us to that point is just being really solid and steady. So we try to remind ourselves that every once in a while. I think Sid B also brings us to a space where you crack a joke, say something funny, break the pressure a little bit. And, I thought they did a good job to do that and finish the match in 3.
Although fall sports are in full swing, it's never too early to take a look ahead at some Maryland basketball. And the men's squad is making some moves. Kevin Willard picked up his second recruit in the class of 2025 last week, and he could be a huge difference maker. Maryland native and 4-star recruit Christian Jeffrey verbally committed to Maryland last Wednesday. The 6'3" guard currently plays at Mount Zion High School, less than 10 miles from the Xfinity Center. Jeffrey had offers from Villanova and Tennessee, but said he chose Maryland because it was close to home.
Willard, joined by Julian Reese and transfer Salta Miguel, hit the road to Big Ten media late last week. The Terps finished the season with a 15-16 record, missing the NCAA tournament, a down year after Willard's first season. With the departures of point guard Jameer Young and forward Dante Scott, Willard hit the portal for some new faces, landed a 5-star big, but of course anchored his roster and his veteran talent. Here's what he had to say about this year's squad.
Our roster is very balanced. Everyone complements each other. We don't really have duplication. That was something that I didn't want to do in the portal. So again, I think this roster is deep. I think everyone's going to help each other get better. And obviously, they better make shots or I'll have literally no hair left.
A big name that Willard picked up earlier this year was 5-star recruit Derek Queen. The forward averaged 16.4 points per game and 7.5 rebounds in his senior year at Mount Verde Academy. When asked about the process of acquiring Queen, Willard had quite the story to tell, even comparing him to one of the greatest basketball players of mankind.
He actually gave me, he gave me a number one day. One of my first days on the job, I said, hey, I need you to call this kid. I think we have a real good shot at him. And I had no idea. So I called the high school coach. I talked to the high school coach. The high school coach is like, hey, hey, Kev, I really appreciate you calling, but do you know this kid's probably going to be the first pick in the draft? I had no idea. And the guy goes, yeah, it's LeBron James. And he's sitting over there laughing his you-know-what off. And he's just egging me on. He's like, keep asking questions, keep asking me questions. And so I always say, like, I recruited LeBron James really hard.
And we can't forget about women's hoops as Brenda Fries enters her 23rd season as the head coach of Maryland women's basketball. But this year, completely different from the rest. With Washington, USC, UCLA, and Oregon entering the Big Ten, the race to be #1 in the conference gets a lot more difficult. Here's head coach Fries on the added competition this year.
Like I always have been, the competition. We're adding 4 more great teams into the league, and every night it's going to be a battle. So going to some different places geographically when we go to the West Coast, so that'll be a fun experience for our student athletes. But I think we're all up here because we love the competition.
And a huge returning piece for Brenda Fries in a newly structured team is senior guard Cheyenne Sellers. Sellers was named a preseason All-Big Ten selection for the 2nd straight year after leading the Terps in scoring last year. Here's Sellers on her excitement for this year.
Obviously, the transfer portal has become a big game in college sports in general. We've tried to use it to our advantage, and we've put together a team that is just so dynamic, so versatile, so athletic. What everyone thinks that we're not, we are now.
Now, Eddie, I'm excited to see what Willard and this team can do this year, with the additions of Rodney Rice and Jacoby Gillespie and Derek Queen and Juju Reese on the front court. Let's see what men's basketball's got to do this season.
Yeah, you mentioned Juju on the women's side. Juju Watkins going to make her trip to College Park in January. I can't wait to see. Brenda Fries was talking about it, playing USC. I can't wait to see that matchup. It's going to be straight fireworks.
Amazing. Coming up on the left bench, we'll play one of our favorite games.
And as always, we'll crown our Terp of the Week, Pro Terp, and Top 5 plays. Stay with us.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I spend with them, it doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
It took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Welcome back to the left bench, presented by Terps Sports Central. I'm Drew Owens, that's Eddy Calkins, and Eddie, let's have a little fun.
Yeah, Drew, fall sports heating up, but let's take a moment, pause, play a game of headbands, and see some of the best Terps from this fall.
Now, as a reminder, our producers picked out a bunch of Maryland athletes. We'll stick to those names to the top of our head and give clues to one another about the athlete, and our goal is to guess the athlete as fast as possible. So, here we go.
Okay, here comes our executive producer, Nate Schwartz, coming up real quick. Is this a competition, or are we trying to beat Nate and our other executive producer, Alex, who made these?
Yes.
Oh, now while Nate does that, we can talk about that, I think.
I think you guys should go against each other, right?
I think we should.
Okay, all right, yeah, let's put,
don't
I'm
look.
not looking, I'm not
Don't
looking.
look.
Eyes closed, eyes closed.
Let me know if I'm pushing too hard.
Fantastic, that's fantastic. Not too much up there.
Big pimple on my head earlier this week.
It's duct tape,
Perfect.
so.
No, geez.
Hopefully it stays.
Okay,
Don't rip
fantastic.
it off
All right.
too hard.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You should go first.
Okay, am I a male or female sport?
You are a female sport.
Okay, let me make sure everybody at home can see. Am I field hockey?
Nope.
Volleyball?
Yes.
Anastasia Russ?
No.
Okay, is she libero?
Nope.
They're all tall, of course they're all tall. Sydney Bryant?
Yes,
yeah,
good job.
Woo, number
wow.
one. Okay,
One for one so far.
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
Let's see for the crowd to see, everyone to see. So, male or female?
Male.
Fall or winter?
Fall.
Soccer or football?
Football.
Offense or defense?
Defense. Big time defense.
Big time defense.
Yeah, big time defense.
Glenda Miller?
Yeah.
Oh,
there we
first
go.
try.
First
Look
try,
at that.
First try.
Look at that.
Fantastic. Round 1, good. All right, let's bring up Nate. Bring up Nate. Round 2. We have 4 rounds, everybody. 4 rounds. So work on our way to halfway there, Nate. How would you rate our performance in the first? It's good? It's good.
I mean, you guys were both super
Yeah, well, you just showed me that one, so thanks for that, Nate.
Wait, which one did you see? Left or
Your
right?
left hand.
Okay, so
I'll
I'll give
close
you
my
the
eyes.
one on the right
There we
hand.
go, yep. Just be a little careful with those. Bring them around.
We can't be looking at you. I told you not to look.
You can't be looking.
I'm not
Don't
looking.
cheat.
I'm looking. He
Don't
flicked it in
cheat.
front of my face. All right.
Good?
Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Drew, you should go first this time.
All right. Male or female?
Female.
Fall?
Yep, fall.
Soccer?
No.
Field hockey?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see for the crowd to see. We have Alyssa Klabasco.
Nope.
Hope Rose.
Nope.
Leah Hortz.
Nope.
Rain Wright.
Nope.
Emma DeBurdine.
Yes, there you go. Just
there
about
we
to
go.
say, hint, she played in the Olympics, but
Yeah.
you got it right on cue. Okay. So, male or female athlete, start with that. He's
Male
one away.
athlete.
Male athlete, okay. Are they on the soccer team?
Yes, they are.
Okay, wow.
Look at that.
Okay, soccer team. So let's see. The goalie?
No.
No goalie. Have they scored 5 goals in the last 6 games?
Good one, but no.
No. Okay. Did they score the game-winning goal on Saturday?
Yes, they did.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's Sadam Mazurika.
Wow, look at that.
I'm so good. All
2 for
right, yeah.
2.
Talked about it earlier. Men's soccer, a very hot team. We are heating up.
We are heating
my
up
goodness,
right
4
now.
for 4.
4 for 4.
I will say, coming up, that was a lot of guesses. We might have to
Shorten
limit
that
the
down,
amount
shorten
of
that
guesses
down.
that Drew can take.
Shorten that down, absolutely.
Well,
all right, round 3. Close my
right.
eyes. I've already been peeking too much, so.
Too much.
Let me close mine, so I'm not like
Look at the
Eddie.
cameras here so you can see this. Yep.
We don't want any
You got it
cheaters.
mentally in your head.
We don't approve cheaters.
Yeah, I'll
here.
take these out of your way.
Sure.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
clean up crew.
Yeah,
Yep,
all right,
look
so
at that.
I'll
so
go first.
you'll go first.
Yeah,
for the
male-
people to see.
Okay, I already showed the camera.
Okay.
Male or female athlete?
Female.
Female, okay. Are they on the women's soccer team?
No, they are not.
Are they not? Are they on the field hockey team?
No, they are not.
Volleyball team?
No.
No. Volleyball? Oh my goodness. Well, I can't even think of any women's sports other than those 3 in the fall. Are they in the fall?
No, they're not.
Oh, they're not in the fall. Oh, I was under the impression you were doing fall
there's
sports.
There's the trick right there.
Okay, women's basketball?
Yes.
Okay, Cheyenne Sellers?
Wow.
Okay, well,
First try.
full disclosure, in the intro I said fall athletes, so whoever put that, not blaming you, but eventually get it. Okay,
right.
go for it. Go for it, Joe.
Men or women?
Woman?
Field hockey? You already did field hockey. Women's soccer?
Yes, women's soccer.
Okay. Goalie?
Yes.
Oh, Lids Beersley.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
6 for 6.
Yeah, 6 for 6. I keep saying 3 for 3, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
6
I
for
mean,
6.
3
Yeah.
for 3, sure.
3
yeah,
for
yeah.
3,
So let's
6
bring
for
up Nate.
6.
Final
So,
time. Let's see if we can get stumped.
Final one.
Wow. Hopefully these are fall athletes.
Yeah.
I'll give you the hint right now. They both are fall.
Okay, fantastic,
And these
fantastic.
are a little tougher.
Okay,
But I want you
well done.
guys to limit yourself to.
What about 3 guesses?
3 guesses.
How about
3 questions?
Three questions, then 3 guesses.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
We got to get a
Last
winner
time,
here.
so
We got to get a winner.
We have to get a winner. You guys can see you're at home probably yelling, saying that's so hard. That's not hard. Come on, guys. All right. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first, yeah.
Okay.
Male or female?
Male.
Football?
No.
Soccer?
Well, no. In England, football.
In England.
That was a little too much, but she has one more question. So.
England. Soccer. Okay.
One guess.
Were they on the men's soccer team last season?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh wait, no. He was not on the team last year. He was on a different team that you may have highlighted earlier in the show.
Okay. So
I'm just practically giving it to you.
was it Zach Steffen?
Yes. Fantastic. All right.
I had to think a little bit, but
Okay, all right.
I got the answer. All right.
Last one here, male or female?
This is male.
Okay, male. Ty Felton?
No.
Okay. That was my second question, which is not very smart. One more
Oh, you
question.
have one more question, and then you're gonna have to start guessing.
Do they play defense in their sport? No. Offensive player. So, let's see. We've done a couple of men's soccer. haven't done football, so I'm going to say Nolan Ray. Football.
No.
No?
Nope.
Who is it?
Well, we highlighted him already in the show.
Oh my goodness, Chad
Maryland
Ryland.
kicker, now Arizona Cardinals kicker Chad Ryland.
Okay. Well, you won.
I did.
I had to let you win that one. This was the only
fair and
player that
square.
was not currently on Maryland, but
Well, Zach
that's a good
Steffen
one.
wasn't currently
That's a
on
good one.
Maryland as well.
Last year. Okay. Well, yeah.
So, I mean, that was fun. I got the win.
Yeah.
Maybe next time you'll get the win.
We'll see.
Now it's time to hand out some awards. It was fun. It's time to hand out some awards. Our Terp of the Week has been lighting up Ludwig Field so far this season. It's Maryland men's soccer forward Colin Griffith. Since starting conference play, Griffith has been on an absolute tear, scoring in 4 of his last 5 matches. His most recent goal came on Saturday, where he put the Terps up on the board after being down 1-0 against Michigan State. Griffith leads the team in goals with 5 and has helped spark this 9-match unbeaten run for the Terps. Congrats to Colin on being named our Terp of the Week.
This week's Pro Terp became a household name when he came to College Park 2 years ago. It's none other than Jameer Young. Young played in his first 2 preseason games for the Denver Nuggets this past weekend. He shot 71% from the floor, scoring 12 points in 22 minutes. His defense was on display as well, collecting a couple of key defensive rebounds. Congrats to Jameer on being named this week's Pro Terp. Or should I say Jahim?
Good one. All right, Eddie, it's time. It's top 5 time. Why don't you do the honors and get us started?
Yeah, absolutely. Coming in number 5, we have Colin Griffith. His goal on Saturday against Michigan State, the start of an amazing comeback. Look at that, right foot into the back of the net over the Michigan State goalie. Look at it in slow-mo. Look at that. Oh my goodness, just a dart in the upper corner.
And number 4, we have the Sydney Bryant kill against the Scarlet Knights. The sophomore has been nothing but amazing, stellar all season long. Had 13 on the night, Saturday night. What an amazing season for her.
Yeah, number 3, it's Ella Gayton for field hockey. This was the first of 5 goals on Sunday. An absolutely amazing goal to the start of another top 10 win for Missy Mahart's crew.
Absolutely. And number 2, we have a Liz Beardsley save, a diving save by the senior goalie. She's just been making saves all season long for the Terps.
Yeah, you know what saved the Maryland men's soccer season potentially? This goal right here from Sadan Mazarica, the game winner, putting Maryland ahead in the Big Ten standings, making them number 1 in the Big Ten right now. Look at that, off the crossbar and in. An amazing goal for an amazing team that has just started to take College Park by storm over the past couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
And that'll do it for this edition of The Left Bench. Ryan Martin and Laura Shaughnessy will have you covered on Thursday with the first In Focus show of the year.
Be sure to keep up with all of our coverage on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
We'll see you next time.